Good morning, friends. This week we are going to be working through a book together, and the book that we are looking at is called What Would You Rather? Now take a look at the front of this book. Take a look at the squirrel. What do you think the squirrel is wondering? Talk a little bit to someone around you. What do you think the squirrel is wondering? Take a look at the things that are around them. What might he be thinking about? Is there a special kind of decision that this squirrel is wanting to make? What do you think that decision might be? Now, if you take a look at the title, What Would You Rather? Looking at this picture of the squirrel, what do you think that this book might be about? What do you think? What are some of your thoughts? Feel free at any time to stop this video and talk to someone and then start playing it again. Now, why do you think the book is about what you're thinking? Why do you think the book is about that? So this says, look at these pictures and then help the people and the creatures make a choice. They might want the bigger collection, but sometimes you might have a different idea. Be ready to tell about your thinking. Okay, so we've got two different collections. We've got one collection on one side of the page. We've got another collection on the other side of the page. So our would you rather questions are about what do you think the people that are in the story would want more? The one collection or the second? So this is Mr. Dog Sledder Driver. And it says, hey dog sledder driver, what would you rather? Would you rather this set of dogs or would you rather this set of dogs? And then there's a couple of different facts here. This fact says, sled dogs can run 30 kilometers per hour. That's how fast cars travel in some school zones. Whoa, that's pretty fast. And then this one over here says, sled dogs can weigh up to 30 kilograms. That's as heavy as 85 cans of soup. So one sled dog could weigh up to 85 cans of soup. Well, that's interesting. So I'm not sure. What do you, now just think in your mind right now. Do you think that this sled dog driver would like this set of dogs or this set of dogs? Let's go to the next one. Okay, we've got a squirrel and some nuts. And look, we had a squirrel at the front of our book too, on our the very front, where the title was. And this says, hey gray squirrel, what would you rather? So do you think the squirrel would rather this counting collection of acorns or this counting collection of acorns? Take a look. Now let's read some of the facts. It says gray squirrels bury their nuts about 5 centimeters deep in the ground. Nuts they leave behind can grow on trees. Wow. And then this one says, adult gray squirrels eat up to 100 acorns every week. 100 acorns, that's a lot. And then this one down here says, the African pygmy squirrel is the smallest squirrel in the world. It's only about 10 centimeters long, which is probably about that long. It's not very big, including its tail. That's about how wide your hand is. Ooh, when you spread your fingers apart. Oh, so there we go. Interesting fact. Okay, our next one is spiders. I don't know about you, but I don't really like spiders very much. And this says, hello, yellow spider. What would you rather? Okay, so do you think the spider would rather this set of different types of insects in its web or this set of different types of insects in its web? And some of the facts here says, Some spiders are so small that 10 of them could fit on a pencil tip. So that's the very end where you write. Some of them are so small that 10 could fit on that little tip of a pencil. Wow. And then this one says, some spiders have no eyes and some have 12 eyes, but most spiders have 8 eyes. And then this one over here says, the Goliath bird eater spider is one of the largest spiders in the world. One spider was almost 28 centimeters across, which is as wide as a dinner plate. Whoa, could you imagine a spider as wide as your plate? A regular size plate? That would be one big spider. Okay, so our next person that we're comparing, or would you rather, is this beekeeper. And it says, hey, Mrs. Beekeeper, what would you rather? Would you rather this set of bees, or would you rather this set of bees? Okay, and it says here, a bee beats its wings 20 times per second. And then over here it says it takes 16 to 24 days for a honeybee to change from an egg to an adult bee. Wow. So that's all it takes to get from being born in an egg to being an adult is only 24 days. Wow. Could you imagine if that was you? You'd be an adult long ago. And then this last one down here says, a honeybee visits 50 to 100 flowers during one trip to collect pollen. Interesting facts. Okay, our next would you rather is this brown beaver. And it says, hey, brown beaver, what would you rather? Would you rather this counting collection of sticks or this counting collection of sticks? Which one do you think, if you look at the two? Okay, and this says a beaver dam in Wood Buffalo National Park in Alberta is 850 meters long. That's as long as 14 hockey rinks placed end to end. The dam is so long that astronauts can see it from space. That is one long dam. This one here says, beavers can stay underwater for 15 minutes without coming up for air. Wow, 15 minutes is a long time. That's how long our recess is. And then over here, beavers have big teeth. Beaver teeth are about 25 millimeters long. That's about as long as a quarter is wide. Okay, so a quarter is probably like this. So beaver teeth is about the same size as a quarter. If you have a quarter at home, you can get your mom or dad to show you what the quarter looks like so you know how big the teeth are. Okay, this guy up here. Hey, Mr. Mussel Farmer, what would you rather? So here are mussels here all along a rope, and here are mussels on this side. Which one do you think that he would rather have? Now the facts here, it says the smallest mussels are about the size of your thumbnail. Oh, the smallest are the size of your thumbnail. Another kind, the horse mussel, can grow to 25 centimeters across or the size of a large pie plate. Wow, a pie plate, that's how big it can grow across. And then here it says some mussels live for more than 100 years. Oh, wow, these are some very interesting facts. Okay, here's our next, what would you rather? And we've got a Mr. Gardener there. Hey, Mr. Gardener, what would you rather? So do you think the gardener would rather this many seeds in that placement or this many seeds in that placement? Which one do you think the gardener would rather? Now these facts here say dandelion seeds can fly 10 meters in the wind before they land. And then over here it says a giant redwood grows from a tiny seed that's this small. I don't know if you can see it, but it's 5 millimeters. So a giant redwood is a humongous tree, and that's the seed that it starts out with. And then right here it says a strawberry is the only fruit that has its seeds on the outside. Most strawberries have about 200 seeds. Very interesting. Okay, our next what would you rather here is Mr. Ecologist. Hey, Mr. Ecologist, what would you rather? Okay, so it looks like we've got all of these different turtles together, or these different turtles together. Which one do you think the ecologist would want? Some sea turtles can stay underwater for up to 5 hours. Wow, 5 hours is a long time. Okay, our next one here is, hey kids, and there's a whole bunch of tadpoles there. Hey kids, what would you rather? Would you rather these buckets with tadpoles in them, or these buckets with tadpoles in them? An orca can eat 25 kilograms of salmon each day. Salmon can live between 3 and 8 years in the wild. If you were a salmon, you would be very old. Scientists tell how old a salmon is by counting the rings in its otolith, a part of the salmon's ear. Oh, that's interesting. I really enjoy eating salmon. That's always been a good yummy meal for us. Okay, our next would you rather. Hey, Stellar J, what would you rather? Okay, do you think the J here would rather these berries or these berries? A Stellar J can carry up to 5 acorns in its mouth and throat. It will store acorns for eating later. Each blackberry is a cluster of tiny fruits called druplets that grows about a core. Most blackberries have between 60 and 120 droplets. Jays usually live in flocks of 10 or more. A group of jays is called a bond, a caste, a party, or a scold. Okay, let's see what is next. What's our next group? Okay, look at this. Hey, Mr. Teacher, what would you rather? Would you rather these canoes? Or would you rather these canoes? Which one do you think that the teacher would rather? And this says Olympic rowers paddle 40 to 47 strokes per minute. So that's when they're stroking one side to the next. They do 47 of them per minute. A kayaker set a world record, and that's these things here. These are all kayaks. By paddling over a waterfall that was almost 58 meters high. That's about as high as 5 school buses stacked up like a tower. Wow, that's a lot. They paddled over a waterfall that was 58 meters long. It was as high as 5 school buses. And then this one here, a kayaker paddled by herself for 30 months to get all the way around South America. How old would you be in 30 months from now? Okay, think about that. 30 months it took her to go around South America. How old would you be in 30 months? And one more. Auntie, what would you rather? Okay, and we've got this, all of these different. We've got this set, we've got this set, and we've got this set of beads. This week we'll get to go through it piece by piece, and you'll have different types of activities with it. But I hope you like the book, and you can watch it a few times this week if you'd like. See you soon.